Chickamauga at Chaffey College. We welcome you to another night at the golden age of radio, featuring the haunting stories from the Inner Sanctum and performances by Frank Sinatra.
Oh, Frankie!
And more. Here are your hosts, Jalen and Johnny Fox.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the golden age of radio at Chaffey College. Boy, are you in for a real treat tonight?
And why is that?
Well, tonight, I thought it would be nice to have a little something different.
Just what exactly do you mean?
I think you'll see once we hear a word from our sponsor. Then we'll see if your guests can hit it out the park.
Oh, all right.
Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp and listen, mister. How you fixed for blades? Do you have blades? How you fixed for blades? You better check. Please make sure you have enough, 'cause a worn out blade makes shaving mighty tough. How you fixed for blades? You'd better look. Gillette Blue Blades I need.
Now, I know this evening will be quite a night, so you might want to get a little snack to curb that craving.
Just what are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that Cracker Jack snacks will satisfy any sweet you got, like peanut butter, toffee, even nut mixes and other cravings. Cracker Jack. So, have you guessed?
I'll guess that tonight's episode has to do with baseball.
That you have. And the audience hit a home run too, because you have a very special performances for you all tonight.
That's right, because tonight we've got performances by Moms Mabley, Pat Aranda and the big band at Chaffey College, and the one and only suave Frank Sinatra.
Oh, Frankie!
The night will then be followed by a little trip to the ball game with the Abbott and Costello. Then we'll end the evening with mysterious and the haunting, the Inner Sanctum. That will blow your mind. You'll have all this to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen.
But stick around, as Moms Mabley is up next on the golden age of radio.
Hello, my little darlings. Mom's got a new one for you. I give my children a little slogan to carry on throughout the week. Mom's slogan of the week is, quit it if you can't do nothing with it. If you can find something with it, get it. I have no trouble at all. If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all. Let moms tell you what happened in the good old days. You couldn't do nothing you wanted to do. And you better say nothing about it, because if you did, they would knock your brains out. I can't tell you how many times my brother got hit with a backhand and his lips went way out to here. Looked like he had on a turtleneck sweater. Yeah. Parents always telling you what to do. Who you had to love, who you had to go out with, who you had to marry. Didn't matter what condition the man was in. If daddy said so, that was it. I wasn't nothing but a child. 14 going on 15. Just as cute as I want to be. I had hair hanging down my back. See, because I'm half Indian. And the other half, the beauty parlor take care of it now. I was stuck with this old, puny, moldy man. I mean, old now. Santa Claus looked like his son. He was older than his mother. He was so old. There came a day where we went to a service because his sister had passed. So then after the service, minister walked up to him and tapped up on the shoulder. He said, "How old are you, Pops?" He said, 91. He said, "Oh, ain't no need, you going home." And his brother was older than he was. Yeah. Married a girl of 14. He ain't lived for 5 days though. And it took him 3 days to get the smile off of his face. Yeah, honest to goodness. But I was stuck with the man. My daddy said I had to marry him. My daddy should have been the one to marry him. He's the one that liked him. Thinnest man you'd seen in your life. His shadow weighed more than he did. Got out of breath, thread the needle. Yeah. Yeah, honest to goodness, yeah. And he was ugly. Goodness, he was so ugly, he hurt my feelings. I didn't know what to do. He was so ugly. I had to tip up on a glass just to get a drink of water. He was so ugly. He had a job at the doctor's office. He had to stand by the side of the door so that people could wet themselves. There just came a day where I had asked him, "Did you get that number?" He said, "What number?" I said, "The number of the truck that rolled over your face." Honest to goodness, I'm serious now. And there came a night where I just told him, "Come on, honey. Come on, let's be sociable." This man went out and bought a case of Pepsi Cola. I don't know. I don't know. I never thought he would die. I'm serious. I never thought he would die. Rat poison agreed with him. I'll never forget the day that we got married. We stood up at the altar and in front of the minister. The minister looked at me and he said, "Will you take this man?" I wanted somebody so badly to come up there and say, "I will." Yeah, but that never happened though, so. I never thought he would die. And I shouldn't be talking like that. After all, he is dead. And they always say to never say nothing about the dead unless it's something good. He dead. good. And I know he did, because I had him cremated. Yes, I did. I burned him up. I ain't had the chance to get hot anyhow, so I guess it was worth it. Yeah, I burned him up. But the man over there wanted to call me and ask me if I wanted the ashes. I said, oh, hell no, you could go ahead and have that too. I don't want nothing. I'll tell you another story. One day there was a man that was driving on the road and he saw a hitchhiker. He only saw one of them, so he figured he could pick him up. Then, as he's driving, the man asks the guy, where you going, son? The guy says, I don't know, man. Anywhere you go is all right with me. So as the man that's driving continues to talk to him, he passes the road that he's supposed to go on. He says, goodness, I gotta get back on that road that I just passed. So then he tells the guy, and he says, tell me if you see anything coming up on the road here while I'm backing up. Guy looks around. He says, no, I don't see nothing coming but a dog. So the man backs up and tries to get back on the road. And as soon as he gets on it, bam, man flies out the windshield. Face all cut up, arms broken, tore up everything. So then the man finally asks the guy, he says, man, I thought you said you saw nothing coming but a dog. And the guy says, yeah, but it was a greyhound. Okay. One day, there was a woman in the hospital checking for her husband in her hospital room. Now, see, she was badly off. She was dying. And she was checking for her husband because she wanted to give a confession before she died. So, husband comes into the room. He's already crying. And then woman looks up at her husband and says, honey, I have a confession to make. I'm dying, you know that. He says, yes, baby, I know. And she says, well, honey, there's something I have to tell you. I need to confess. I haven't been true to you. I've been running around with other men. He says, honey, I know. That's why I poisoned you. Yeah. Now, there was a spelling bar at school. There was only one of them. And it only happened during the nighttime. That's where you take your spelling classes. Little Johnny had to go, so he was dressed up all nice with his little white shirt and tie, looking all nice. So then he gets in the classroom and he sits down. Now a teacher, a white teacher, points to a boy named Jimmy. Jimmy says, Jimmy, spell cat. Jimmy walks up to the front of the classroom, turns around and he says, C-A-T, cat. And then little Jimmy walks back to his seat. Teacher says, all right, that's good, Jimmy, that's good. Tommy, spell rat. Little Tommy stands up, says, R-A-T, rat. Teacher says, all right, that's good, that's good. Johnny, spell chrysanthemum. Little Johnny standing over here, confused. So he asked the teacher, white or pink? So then the teacher says, pink. Little Johnny stands up and he says, P-I-N-K. pink. Yeah. I'll give you one last story for the evening. There was a wife who had a husband that passed away. Real sad. So she decided to go ahead and get him a real nice casket with real pretty letters on it, and rest in peace. And after the service, she went ahead and decided to have a wake. Now, I don't know what y'all do, but what we do is you talk about everybody and you eat up all the food. Yeah. And during the wake, woman is sitting off in the corner all by herself, crying, sobbing. Then an old, big-mouthed woman, because everybody want to be starting something, walked up to her and asked her and said, "What are you crying like that for?" And the wife, sitting there crying, she says, "Goodness gracious, my husband, he's gone. I don't know what else to do. My poor baby is gone." And the old woman says, "I still don't know what you're crying like that for. You wasn't the only one he was with." So the woman, confused, asks, "Are you sure?" And then the old woman says, "Honey, I know what I'm talking about. You wasn't the only one he was with. I saw him, honey, I know." So the wife walks up to the undertaker and she goes ahead and asks, "Can I go ahead and take off the letters off of the casket?" And then the undertaker says, "I'm sorry, ma'am. It's too late to take off the letters off of the casket." So then the wife stands there and says, "Well, is it too late to go ahead and add something to it?" And then the undertaker says, "No, ma'am, go ahead. You can add something to it." So the final letters up on the casket says, "Rest in peace. Until we meet again." Thank you. Thank you.
That was Miles Mabley and her stand-up.
Oh, after that performance, I know a good laugh was definitely necessary. Coming up, we've got a couple more ball hitters on the way.
Someone's caught with a little baseball slang.
Well, I do what I can. Coming up, the amazing Frank Sinatra to perform one of his greatest hits. But first, Pat Aranda and the big band at Chaffey College is here to perform. All that and more after a word from our sponsor, Busybuddy. So stick around.
Mother, it's time for your medicine.
It's time for you to
Hear that beep? That's the sound of Busybuddy. It lets me know when my mother needs to take her prescription. That way I can keep my eyes off the clock with peace of mind.
I'll give you a piece of my
Mother gets quite ornery when she misses her dose. That's why I rely on Busybuddy. It never skips a beat.
I'll skip you like a rock if you don't quit yapping like a
Without having to keep track of time, I can focus on taking care of Mother. I'm getting better at it every day.
You couldn't hit water if you fell out of a boat. Why would I trust you to do anything, you white-livered?
Here's your prescription, Mother. Feel better now.
Oh, yes. Thank you, dear. I'm so glad to have an eager beaver like you around. I feel like an autumn dress in a breeze.
Busybody for busy bodies.
And we're back on the golden age of radio. Coming up next, we've got the big band of Chaffey College here to perform with the amazing Pataranda.
That won't be the only guest. Be sure to stick around for more songs that soothe the senses and skits that are to die for. But for now, please enjoy a performance from Chaffey College in Cucamonga, Pataranda, and the big band. Welcome back to the golden age of radio. Up next, we have a performance from the artist who's placed on the Billboard chart Top 100, Frank Sinatra.
Not to mention, he's about as smooth as his face after a shave from Gillette.
Ladies and gentlemen, we give you the one and only Frank Sinatra.
Oh, Frankie.
Someday, when I'm awfully low, and the world is cold. I can feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. You're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight. With each kiss your tenderness grows, tearing my fear apart. And the laugh that wrinkles your nose touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you and the way you look tonight. And take it away, saxophone. Lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you and the way you look tonight. And the way you look tonight. And the way you look tonight.
Welcome back to the golden age of radio, folks. I'm your host, Johnny Fox.
And I'm Jalen, your other host for the evening. Now we have next, the ladies and gents, we'll have a little something for you to remind time you got taken out the ball game. And I'm talking about
Ovid and Costello. Who's on first?
Well, so I'm going to start with you. You know Bucky Harris, the assistant manager? Well, he gave me a job as a coach for as long as you're on the team.
Look, Abbott, if you're going to be the coach, you must know all the players.
Oh, I certainly do.
Oh, well, I never met the guys. So you'll have to tell me their names, and then I'll know who's playing on the team.
Oh, I'll tell you their names, all right. But nowadays, they give these ball players peculiar names.
Oh, you mean funny names?
Strange names, pet names like Dizzy Dean,
Their brother Daffy,
Daffy Dean,
and their French cousin,
French,
Gouffet.
Gouffet Dean, Dean. Well, let's see what we have on the bags. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
That's what I want to find out.
I said, who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
Are you the manager?
Yes?
And you're going to be the coach too?
Yes?
And you don't know the fellas' names?
Well, I should.
Well, then who's on first?
Who? Oh, yes.
His name.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who?
The first baseman.
Who?
The guy playing.
Who's on first?
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
That's it.
That's who?
Yes.
Look, you got a first baseman?
Certainly.
Well, and who's on first?
That's right.
Look, when you pay off the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
He does, every dollar.
All I'm trying to find out is the fellow's name on first base.
Who?
The guy that gets?
He does, every dollar. Sometimes his wife comes down and collects it.
Whose wife?
Yes. Look, what's wrong with that, Lou? He's earned it.
Look, when you sign up the first baseman, how does he sign his name?
Who?
The guy.
Who?
How does he sign?
That's how he signs his name.
Who?
Yes.
All I'm trying to find out is what's the guy's name on first base?
No, what is on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
No, who's on first?
One base at a time.
Well, don't change the players around.
I'm not changing nobody.
Take it easy, buddy.
I'm only asking you, who's the guy on first base?
That's right.
Okay.
All right.
What's the guy's name on first base?
No, what is on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third.
Now, how did I get on third base?
Why you mention his name?
If I mentioned the third baseman's name, then who did I say is playing third?
Who's on first?
What's on base?
What's on second?
I don't know.
He's on third.
There I go, back on third again. Look, would you just stay on third base and don't go off it?
All right, what do you want to know?
Right. Now, who's on third base?
Why do you insist putting a who on third base?
What am I putting on third?
What is on second?
You don't want who on second?
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Third base.
Third base? Look, you got an outfield.
Certainly.
The left fielder's name.
Why?
I'm not. Stay out of the infield. I'm asking you what's the left fielder's name.
No, what is on second?
I'm not asking you what's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Third base.
Third base. The left fielder's name.
Why?
Because.
Oh, he's center field.
Look, you got a pitcher?
Certainly.
The pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
You don't want to tell me today?
I'm telling you now.
Well, then go ahead.
Tomorrow.
What time?
What time what?
What time tomorrow are you going to tell me who's pitching?
Now, who is not pitching?
I'll break your arm if you say who's on first. I want to know what's the pitcher's name.
No, what is on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I'm third base.
Third base.
Look, you got a catcher?
Sure.
The catcher's name.
Today.
Today. And tomorrow's pitching.
Now you got it.
All we got is a couple of days on the team. You know, I'm a catcher too.
Also, they tell me.
So I get behind the plate to do some fancy catching. Tomorrow is pitching on my team, and the heavy hitter gets up. Now, when the heavy hitter bunts the ball, when he bunts the ball, me, being a good catcher, I'm gonna throw the guy out at first base. So I pick up the ball and I throw it to who?
That's the first thing you said right.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
That's all you have to do.
So throw the ball to first base.
You throw it to who?
I throw the ball to first base. Now who has it?
Naturally.
Look, if I throw the ball to first base, somebody's got to get it. Now who has it?
Naturally.
Who?
Naturally.
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 So I pick up the ball and I throw it to naturally.
No, you don't. You throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
That's different.
Oh, that's what I said.
You're not saying you're right.
I throw the ball to naturally.
That's naturally. You throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
Naturally.
Now you ask me.
You throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
Naturally. Now you ask me.
I throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
Same as you. It's the same as you. I throw the ball to who? Whoever it is drops the ball and the guy runs to second. Who picks up the ball and throws it to what? What throws it to? I don't know, throws it back to you tomorrow. It's a triple play. Now another guy gets up and it's a long fly ball to because, why? I don't know. He's on third and I don't give a darn.
What?
I said I don't give a darn.
Oh, that's our shortstop.
Those two really knocked it out the ballpark.
Brought to you by Lolly's Pop.
Hey grown-ups, Lolly here from Lolly's Pops. I'm going to give you the skinny on my latest new candy on the stick bouquet assortment. There's so many new flavors to enjoy, like cream so delicious, made from real vanilla bean. Oh, and cocoa nut. A refreshing tropical treat you have to be crazy not to like. Then there's black licorice. The licorice inspired made from real sugarcane coating. You also have to try our Scandinavian inspired lemon pop. Sweet and sour. My favorite is swirly whirly. A chocolate liqueur dipped cherry that makes me feel all kinds of funny. And of course, we include some of our favorite Molly Pops classic, like caramel, cinnamon, raisin effect, fruit loose, and lemon mango. These sticky lickies is the summer treat that every kid wants. So don't take my word for it. I got a grown-up here to back me up.
Hi there. This is Lolly's Pop. Let me tell you, the kiddos can't get enough of the new flavors and bright colors in the latest assortment from Lolly's Pops. Plus, each candy has enough sugar to keep their teeth strong by breaking them down so they can build themselves up even better. So, whenever your kiddo develops a new cavity, remember, that's just their sweet tooth asking for another one of Lolly's Pops.
So come on, you heard the man. So come on and sugar rush to your new supermarket where you can find my latest bouquet assortment. It hits the sweet spot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after eventful time at the ball game, I believe it's time to slow things down as we draw to a close this evening, as it gets a little darker. And the night gets a little colder. We'll find that there are just some problems worth fighting for. Tonight, we'll see how Martin is dealing with these strange acquaintances from their special someone. Will he be able to deal with this mysterious guest and their schemes?
Or will this mysterious guest throw a curveball no one sees coming? All this up next on The Inner Sanctum.
Good evening, Martin.
Oh, Helen.
Please don't stop. You're playing so beautifully this evening.
Am I?
Yes, you're playing as you used to.
So you noticed it as well?
What do you mean?
How badly I'm playing, how I'm losing my ability.
Martin, I never said.
You never said anything. No one ever says anything, but I know what they're thinking by the way they look at me.
Martin.
It's true. Isn't it? Isn't it?
No, Martin, I never doubted your ability, not even for a moment.
Then why did you say I was playing as I used to?
Well, Martin, you haven't been yourself lately. I didn't mean anything by that remark, except that you appear better this evening.
And my music sounded better.
I never lied to you, Martin. Yes, it does.
Of course. He hasn't been with me for 2 days.
He? What do you mean?
Nothing, Helen. Helen, you were right. I am playing better. I could hear it myself.
Why don't you go on playing, Martin?
Oh, I will. Oh, listen to that, Helen. This is the way Beethoven would have wanted his music played. And listen, this is one of Beethoven's greatest pieces. It speaks of life's terror and mystery. I never had trouble with that passage before. I can't play it.
But you've played that passage 1,000 times.
Yes, I know, but I can't now. I can't. I can't.
Martin.
I was playing so well just a moment ago, and now I can't play at all?
You haven't been yourself lately. You've hardly touched the piano since you returned.
That's not why I didn't play well. It's him. He is near me.
That's the second time this evening you spoke of.
Alan, I have to tell you something. I have to tell somebody or I'll go mad. I don't know. Perhaps I am mad. Helen, there is something I am.
Martin.
I have. Do you remember the telegram that I sent you in Rio de Janeiro?
Yes, you said the concert did not go well.
It was the worst performance of my career. It was later that same night that I first noticed it.
Noticed what?
The presence of another being near me.
Another being?
Yes. An invisible being. It was he that made me play so badly that night, and he's been near me ever since.
An invisible being.
Helen, I know it sounds strange, fantastic, but Helen, it's real. He seeks to dominate me, to possess me. At first, he just came in my sleep, but now he is frequently there during my waking hours. He controls me like a hypnotist controls his subject.
Go on, Martin.
He doesn't speak to me directly. He echoes my words, but he makes his will known. And I try to resist him, and I can't. He hasn't taken complete control of me yet, but I'm afraid when he does, I don't know what I'll do.
Martin, were you despondent after that concert in Rio?
Despondent? You mean, am I mentally unstable because of my failure in concert? Yes, I thought of that.
Did you?
I thought of every possible explanation. I don't know. Maybe it's a hallucination, but I think I can prove it's real. Helen, he's near us.
Near us?
Don't you feel his presence? Did you see the curtain move? He's in here. He's in here.
The wind blew those curtains.
No, it's him. It's the invisible being. He's here now. Did you see that? He touched the paper.
It's nothing but the wind.
No, it's him. It's him, Helen.
Martin, what's wrong?
He is
What's the
near.
matter?
He is taking possession of me. Taking possession.
Martin, why do you look at me like that? Why don't you answer me? Why are you holding out your hands as though? No, Martin, don't touch me. For heaven's sake, don't. You must come out of it. Wake up, wake up. Martin, listen to the music. Listen to me play the music you know and love. You must come out of it. Take your hands away from my throat. Martin!
It's over now, Helen. He's gone.
Martin.
Helen, don't draw away from me. I won't harm you. Helen, come back.
Well, that was a bit of a doozy, wasn't it, Johnny?
I'll say it had me on the edge of my seat. Tune in next Wednesday, April 28th, to find out if the Orla comes back to finish Martin off, or if the Orla's just Martin's imagination, or has Martin entered into the inner sanctum.
Looks like we reached the time to say goodbye.
Special thank you to our guests, and thank you to you, our faithful listeners. Tune in next Wednesday for more of the Chaffey College radio show, The Golden Age of Radio, live from Cucamonga. Good night.
Good night.